Prissy and Missy are going to Mars. Prissy and Missy are going to Mars. Prissy and Missy are going to Mars. Boy, oh boy, hip hip hooray. The manuscript is ready for the adventures of Prissy and Missy beyond Earth, sky to Mars. The Adventures of Prissy and Missy, published by House of the Gilded Scribe LLC, is fast becoming the world's latest, greatest children's classic. Their first book introduced to the world, The Adventures of Prissy and Missy Sleepwalk Affair, has been received with excitement, warmth, gratitude, and sales. The Adventures of Prissy and Missy Travel Abroad, their second published title, is available now in ebook format, awaiting hardcover publication. And 9 more Prissy and Missy adventures have been written by outstanding author Karen Elise Wormack, including The Adventures of Prissy and Missy Beyond Earth, Sky to Mars. This captivating work of literary excellence, written in original and exciting poetic verse, brings to the reader another stunning Prissy and Missy adventure for girls and boys of all ages. In this fascinating tale of space travel euphoria, Prissy and Missy leave their home in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania to experience a round-trip excursion to Mars. On their way, our trend-setting, multicultural catgirl sisters explore the galaxy, chaperoned by Captain Maraki and Robot Dasaki, who was programmed to do all sorts of things but loved eating sushi and practicing karate. Prissy and Missy tour the solar system in complete awe, uttering glorious, majestic, supercalifragilistic to the infinite power of the galactic mystic with humbleness of heart.
Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Della Cruz. Today we're putting the spotlight on author Karen Elise Wormack of Monroe County, Pennsylvania. She owns the independent book publishing firm House of the Gilded Scribe LLC, based in Mount Pocono. Karen Elise wrote a series called The Adventures of Prissy and Missy in the field of children's literature. We caught up with her during a scheduled reading at the ShopRite of Livingston in Essex County.
Hello, I'm Dr. Halitosis, degree from the University of Osmosis. I do not practice hocus pocus, but will put your sister under hypnosis. The Adventures of Prissy and Missy Sleepwalk Affair is my first published title in a series of not less than 10, Della. And Prissy and Missy are multicultural cat sisters whose lives are filled with curiosity, day-to-day adventurous experiences, education, love, and forgiveness. And there's also a glossary that appears in the back of each book. Prissy and Missy were the best of friends. Prissy and Missy were a set of twins. They were 2 of the sweetest sisters who got along ever since the day they were born. Missy watered all the flowers, and she also swept the rug. Then she'd walk to Prissy's bed and embrace her with a hug.
Why do you feel it's so important to have multicultural characters in your book?
I thought that was important, Della, because children gravitate to animals. Children love animals, and we are living in a globalized world where everyone is connecting. So I wanted Prissy and Missy to be multicultural so that children of all ages and every ethnicity could relate to the work.
Tell me all about your independent publishing company.
Well, it was a burning desire to have Prissy and Missy published, Della, and I decided to give myself an education in publishing. Therefore, I attended several events, including the Book Expo of America, held at the Jacob Javits Center in New York. I did a lot of research as far as layout, book design, and another very important feature was to have the right illustrator.
In 2017, more than 675 million print books were sold in the U.S. That's according to Statista.com.
There's no blueprint to follow on becoming a published author. And the journey can be full of challenges.
In today's Getting to Know You segment, we introduced you to a children's book author. Check it out.
The adventure begins.
Karen Elise Wormack of Mount Pocono is a children's book author.
But Prissy said, "Sister, we can make our trip better."
She's also the president of the Gilded Scribe Independent Book Publishing Company.
Our desire is of partnering with a corporation to help get the remaining Prissy and Missy adventures illustrated, published, and branded.
We caught up with the author at ShopRite in Broadheadsville as she promoted the Adventures of Prissy and Missy series, books written in poetic verse featuring multicultural cat twins.
Their stories are emotional, they're funny, but also educational.
The characters have been in her imagination since childhood.
My mother would call me, she'd call me Prissy if I was a little too prim. And if I was a little too sassy, my mother would call me Missy.
Karen Elise loves children. As a former educator, she champions literacy.
I know how important it is for children to become educated and to have a beautiful life, and not all do.
No 2 days are alike for Karen. Her journey to becoming a published children's book author has been filled with blessings and challenges, but she says her family has been her rock.
My mom has gone on now. My mother has been very instrumental. My parents, my mother and father, have been instrumental in my life.
Karen Elise shares her stories with anyone who will lend an ear.
Missy gushed, "Sister, I'm glad you're with me."
The vibrant author also writes her own jingles.
We've got gourmet, hot and cold buffets.
Karen Elise has been sharing the adventures of Prissy and Missy for nearly 6 years.
Two of the sweetest sisters who got along.
With 2 books in print and at least 9 more in the pipeline, she encourages aspiring authors to follow their dreams.
Take it to the next stage, and the next stage would be out of your mind, onto paper. The end.
Hello and welcome to the Legislative Report. I'm State Representative Rosemary Brown. We have a great show for you today, and very interesting with some authors that have done great books in our area. And I'm joined today with Karen Wormack, and I have known now for a couple of years.
Yes.
And some of her work with children's books are just wonderful. And we're going to talk a little bit about the adventures of Prissy and Missy, which is what you're known for, what I've seen you out in the community promoting, working with children. You are such a joy. You have so much energy, and your energy and the books match. I will tell you that because the books themselves, The Adventures of Prissy and Missy, are so colorful. They're cheery, they're fun, and there's some great messages in them as well. So thank you for spending a little bit of time with us today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much, Representative Brown.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. We only have a little bit of time. The time goes so fast. But tell me a little bit about how you started writing the books and what was your inspiration?
Well, I've always enjoyed children, writing, learning. I wrote my first poem in the 2nd grade when I attended elementary school in Washington, D.C. And Prissy and Missy have been with me since childhood. They are multicultural cat twin sisters. And the timing is just so perfect for the adventures of Prissy and Missy. I initially wrote 10 manuscripts, and the first 2 have been published. The Adventures of Prissy and Missy I'd like to share with you. The Adventures of Prissy and Missy Sleepwalk Affair, thank you, which is my first book. And now we have The Adventures of Prissy and Missy Travel Abroad, which is the second. And I'm just simply delighted to share with you our sample comb-bound copy of The Adventures of Prissy and Missy Beyond Earth, Sky to Mars. Yes, this book is going to be this thick, hardcover, 276 pages, perfect for the STEM program. So my inspiration has really come through various life experiences, as well as keeping abreast of current events and wanting to really affect the lives of children through learning and literacy.
Very nice. Well, perfect sense with everything, and to make them fun at the same time. And the STEM, when we say STEM in the acronym, we need science, technology, engineering, and math.
Yes.
And that is really the focus with a lot of the curriculum in many of the states, and something very important that we believe for our children to be able to be competitive in the workforce. globally.
Absolutely.
So this is really wonderful to see this and to see the amount of volume that's in this and how it relates to the planets, it looks like. And so I haven't read this yet, so this will be really interesting to look at.
Welcome back to Legislative Report. My guest is Karen Wormack. And Karen, you keep impressing me every year. You have 2 new books, and I know you're working on a 3rd. And the Adventures of Prissy and Missy, The Sidewalk Affair, and then The Adventures of Prissy and Missy, Travel Aboard, right? And the next one is going to be The Adventures of Prissy and Missy, Beyond Earth, Sky to Mars.
Yes, Senator Scavello. Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. Why don't we talk about first, because some of the folks might not have seen it, what made you write the books, and let's talk about all 3, if you don't mind. Okay, let's start with the first one, the Sidewalk Affair. What got you, and where did Prissy and Missy come from? How did you come up with the name?
Well, the Adventures of Prissy and Missy, Sleepwalk Affair, have been with me for a long time, actually. Prissy and Missy are multicultural cat twin sisters, and their lives are filled with curiosity, education, inspiration. People have said from time to time that Prissy and Missy are just like me, and that rings truth. The book that you're holding now, my 11th manuscript, Senator Scavello, which will be published 3rd, The Adventures of Prissy and Missy, Beyond Earth, Sky to Mars, perfect for the global science, technology, engineering, and math programs, STEM. I dare say there's nothing like this book in the whole world, all written in sophisticated poetic verse. We have images gleaned from the Hubble Space Telescope. Our design studio in India is chomping at the bit to get our 66 pages of original art for that work. There's a 400-word scientific glossary.
Wow.
And Prissy and Missy are chaperoned into the galaxy by Captain Meraki and Robot Dasaki.
Robot Dasaki.
Yes, and Robot Dasaki was programmed to do all sorts of things, but loved eating sushi and practicing karate.
Wow. I'm looking forward to it. So this is number 3 in
Prissy and Missy. Prissy and Missy are multicultural cat twin sisters. 21st century trend-setting storybook characters on their way into the stratosphere of becoming regional, national, and global treasures.
So we're right on the cusp
Wow.
of Prissy and Missy going off the hook.
There's a lot of hard work that goes into this. It's not an overnight
Do you do the
success.
drawings? You don't do the drawings, do you?
No, we have a professional design studio, and our design studio, they're located actually in Calcutta, India, .pixel.
How do you want this cat to look?
Okay. All right.
Which one's Prissy? Which one's Missy? I cannot tell.
Again,
You told me this purple one was Prissy.
Yeah.
Oh, God, they help me.
Okay.
Please help Prissy and Missy manifest their happy and educational adventure on a physical plane. There is absolutely nothing like this spectacular experience in the entire world. This story has the power and ability to ignite the hidden flame within girls and boys of all ages, to further explore, participate, and help pave the way for global space education, knowledge, vision, and potential human occupancy on another planet such as Mars. As a contributor, you will help make history. And we thank you for helping us to succeed.
As a writer-author, what's the importance of having your own publishing house?
The primary importance is to know that I'm producing a first-class product, quality product for the recipients. And House of the Gilded Scribe and everything that we write and promote as far as literary excellence is our gift to the world.
Sounds fabulous. Karen Elise, it's been wonderful chatting with you. Thank you so much for coming on Spotlight New Jersey.
Thank you, Della.